The exclusive home of the Utah Mammoth is on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Ian Cole gets to the puck first in the Utah zone. Cooley waiting for it. Cooley on hat trick. Watch! Bingo! Logan Cooley gets his second hat trick of the season. Points in 4 straight entering tonight. Bowman snowed under. Cooley at the empty net. Give him 4! Logan Cooley gets his 4th goal of the night. It's 5-1.
You're locked into JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, everybody, welcome on in. It is JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Awesome opportunity for us right now to be able to chat with one of the young guns of this Utah Mammoth team. And last night, coming off a historic performance, Logan Cooley with 4 goals in a 5-1 win against the Vegas Golden Knights. And not only that, a sweet assist on top of it as well, laying it up for Dylan Gunther to throw that thing at the back of the net as well. And so quite a night for you, Logan. We appreciate you coming on the program, and congrats on last night. How's 4 goals sound for you?
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a special night. You know, those don't come around often, so kind of got your way, and it was a fun game to be a part of it. More importantly, it was a great 2 points against a really good team.
Yeah, after all that you guys have been through, losing 9 and 11. How important was it for you guys to have a night like that, and what is it going to do for you guys now moving forward?
Yeah, it's huge. I think the past 2 games, that's the way we know how to play, and when we're doing the things that make us successful, we're a tough team to stop, and I think just how we handled the game against the Rangers, how we played against Vegas, that's what we need to do, and that's what we need to continue to do. There's obviously stuff we still need to clean up and get better at, but it's definitely a foot in the right direction, and just need to keep going off these past 2 games.
We've been able to watch all these games all year and watch the career over the past 2 years since you've been here in Utah, and then, of course, making the extension, of course, on the contract. That was the last time we chatted with you, and it's been awesome to be able to watch this development. You look like one of the most intense dudes on the ice. Like, is there a version of I don't think I've ever seen you crack a smile on the ice, maybe a couple times for goals, but do you kind of keep that intensity up and carry that as a badge of honor as how big of a competitor that you are? That has to be a huge part of what your game has become.
Yeah, I think it's a time and a place to be relaxed and, obviously off the ice and being with the guys. That's when you're having fun and laughing. But I think, for me, when I step on the ice, it's, full game mode, locked in. I just feel, like you said, I want to win. I just think, when I'm focused and, driven into it.
All right, let's start it all over again here. Logan Cooley. He's our guest right now this hour. We had some phone connection issues. Technology's a fickle friend. And here we are chatting with Logan Cooley again. Logan, last time we left you here, we were asking you about the trip up to Primary Children's Hospital today. And like we said, that's such a massive part of our community, that hospital that makes such a difference for so many of the kids in the community. You guys were able to go up as part of the NHL's initiative, too, to be able to make sure that people understand the fight that is going on with cancer, of course, and Hockey Fights Cancer this month. How big of a deal was it to dip in with some of those kids today?
Yeah, it's incredible. I think anytime you could, we're all super fortunate to be in the positions we are, and anytime you could give back and, just pay a visit, see, a smile on their faces, it really brightens up your day. And, it's great by the whole organization, the hospital, to be able to, do this together. And, it's something that we all get excited to do to, help make these kids' days and help in any way we can. It's truly special.
It seems like everybody's got somebody they know that is in that fight, and obviously that's something that the NHL is doing something about here in November with Hockey Fights Cancer Month. Are there any stories or anybody in your life who you've experienced that with and who you fight for?
I'm fortunate enough to, not have anyone super close to me be affected by it, but just hearing, different stories of, different guys around the league and, just in general. Obviously, it's, not a great thing when people, get diagnosed with this disease. And, for me, it's just about, trying to give back in any way I can. And even just, if it's for a couple hours, like today, like it's truly special to be able to go in and just see the excitement of the kids. And, obviously it's tough what they're going through. They don't, a lot of them just want to go home and live a normal life, but, it's just unfortunate to what some are going through. And like I said, it's just, I'm super happy to be in the position I am to be able to give back and help in any way I can.
Yeah, it's a hospital. It means a lot in our community. We've done a lot of so many events in our telethon that we have every year with Intermountain Health and Primary Children's Hospitals. Huge for us too. It's a place that means a lot to all of us. And we used to live up by the hospital, so like that was the place we'd have to take our kids just for even the minor stuff. And it's just awesome to have that resource in our community. And the Hockey Fights Cancer initiative is awesome, and so we appreciate you guys being able to be a part of that. I want to talk a little bit about what happened last night with the energy level of that team, and it felt different right from the get-go. Does it feel like that for you guys too when you're playing? Like, oh, we do feel like we're playing with a different level of intensity.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I was saying, the games before the past two, we weren't winning battles. We weren't doing the things that make us successful, the little things that give us a chance to win every night. And I think the past two games are just a little glimpse of, the team we could be in. Game when we're doing the little things, whether that's going to the net, managing the puck the right way. We're a tough team to beat. And, we know it's only been 2 games. It's all about consistency in this league. And these past 2 games are something that we need to continue to build off of and put into the next game.
You and Gunther have this incredible chemistry we're watching, and when you guys are on the same line, I mean, it's undeniable. Your record this year is 11-5 when you and Gunther are on the same line, and 1-6 when you're separated. Why is that, and how have you guys been able to develop such a great chemistry on the ice in such a short period of time relative in the league?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've just read off each other really well. I think when, it's nice that you get to come into the league with, another guy around your age, young guys kind of learning and growing up together. So, I've been fortunate to play with him, this being the 3rd year now. And I think over time you continue to learn where each other likes to be on the ice, what their tendencies are and how they like to play. So, it's only going to continue to get better. But I think, this year we've taken a pretty good step of, really building a lot of chemistry. And, I think when you could build chemistry with someone in this league, it gives you an advantage. And, I love playing with them. It's awesome. And I think, just our speed too. We generate a lot of speed. We like to play fast. And, last game, I thought we did that throughout the whole game, and that's when we got our chances.
Logan Cooley joining us on JJ and Alex. Last night, of course, the 5-1 win over Vegas. It was huge for you guys. Now you've strung together a couple wins in a row. When you guys are in the locker room, and obviously there's guys with C's on their chests, and that's Clayton Keller, the captain, and you think about guys who have that role as veterans and leaders. Who speaks up in the locker room, and is that a role that you like, or do you like to just kind of lead out there on the ice, or is there somebody in particular who gets out there and says, hey, and gets after folks, and how does that work in an NHL or in this particular locker room with you guys in leadership?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're fortunate to have a ton of great leaders on this team. You don't have to wear a letter to be a leader, and it starts with our captain, with Keller, and Sergachev, Ian Cole, guys that have been in the league for a little bit and have won championships. I wouldn't say me personally I'm the loudest guy in the locker room. I'm more of a guy that likes to, lead by example on the ice of, trying to play the right way, and helping the team win. But, like I said, coming up as the younger guy, I've been really fortunate to have a lot of great leaders, guys that, have mentored me really well and, developed me into kind of learning the side of the leadership role. And, as a young kid, you don't really know that aspect of the game much, but as you start to be around these guys that have won before and have been around many great leaders, it's awesome to see. And, when those guys speak up, you're definitely listening and trying to learn as much as you can from them.
The 82-game NHL season is long and you can't get caught up on every win and loss. But when you go through a period of time when you've lost 9 of 11 games, you guys are human, fans are human, everybody wants to win. What's it like for you guys on the team? I think fans would like to get some insight on what it's like for you guys when you're going through that. How much does it mean to you, and how much does it crush you guys when you're having those kind of spells? Because you know how bad the fans want you to win those games.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's such a long year. There's, a ton of ups and downs, adversity, stuff that, brings you down a little bit. But you have to have that mindset where, you after that game, you learn it and take as much information as you can from it and try to build off it and fix things up quickly. We all want to win. We would love to win every game. That's just, not going to happen every game. So I think for us, we've done a really good job of kind of maturing this year. I think there's been times maybe last year where we'd get down on ourselves and there was a ton of negativity, but I think, we weren't playing the right way we needed to. We figured that out. We switched it, and now, like you see, these past 2 games are truly the way we know to play. And, Vegas Golden Knights are easily a Stanley Cup contender. And, the way we played, we controlled most of the game. And, for us, that's how we need to play each and every game. And, there's going to be some games where you play your best, you probably deserve to win, but you end up not. And then there's going to be some games where, you didn't have your best and you end up winning. That's just the hockey side of things. And, but, like I said, these past 2 games are something to build off of and moving forward here.
Logan Cooley, 4 goals last night. And, of course, the Mammoth hit back at home tomorrow night. Tomorrow night you guys take on the Montreal Canadiens, and then you get a day of travel, get down to Dallas, take on the Stars, another massive matchup for you guys inside this Western Conference and inside your division. Do you get to sneak in some Thanksgiving, or what's going on? It's not technically, I guess, a day off because you guys are going to be traveling and stuff, but do you guys get to sneak in maybe a team meal together for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, definitely. I was fortunate to have my whole family out here for the homestand, so it was nice to
awesome.
Have all of them here, and we had a little bit of a Thanksgiving dinner, and I think later tonight Nate Schmidt's having everyone over for Thanksgiving, so it's nice to be able to enjoy these holidays too. You're so focused and the season's so long, everything kind of feels like a blur, so it's nice to be able to enjoy some time together and kind of live kind of a life that everyone normally does, and be able to celebrate the holidays and just be around family, your friends, your teammates. So it's awesome that we still are able to kind of get some time here to do that, and some team bonding also.
Coles, we appreciate the extra time, man. Thanks for hanging out, and congrats on last night's win, and good luck. Stay healthy, man.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
There you
Thanks,
go.
Logan.
Logan Cooley.